Guys, having a wonderful day. Welcome to drboycetv.com, the home for intelligent Black people. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins. I'm reporting to you live from Ghana. I just got to Ghana. We do a annual trip every year at somewhere interesting, somewhere that's extra Black. And this year we chose Ghana. Last year we went to Egypt, and Egypt was amazing as well. And so, if you want to travel with us in the future, just text the word travel to the number 87948 on your phone. Text travel to 87948. I'll keep you guys posted on our next trip. Now, Superman is out at the theaters, and let me just tell you, I went to go see Superman. I grew up as a kid, a big fan of Superman, and I can tell you that I completely love the franchise. I love what Superman stands for. I loved it back in the day when they had was it Christopher Reeves who plays Superman, who's really good. And also, there's a character in the new Superman, Mr. Fantastic. I want to say Mr. Wonderful, but I don't think it's, I think it's Mr. Fantastic. And he really stole the show, actually. This brother really came in there and just did the damn thing and was really good to the point where I think that they're going to probably give him his own movie or his own TV show at the very least. He's kind of, I think, the DC Cinematic Universe's answer to the Black Panther, basically. He's cool. He's black. He's super smart. He doesn't have superhero powers, but he has like 10 PhDs, and he's a super genius, which y'all know that's right up my alley. I love stuff like that. I love smart Black people, intelligent Black people. That's who's going to run the world in the next generation. And so anyway, this last Superman movie, I went to go see it because I was really curious to see what they were going to do with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and I was curious about Warner Brothers and possibly owning their stock. Their stock's been kind of a dog for the last several years. These Hollywood studios are struggling in terms of making money, and I felt like maybe if they were able to get it right through the hiring of James Gunn to shoot the Superman movie, that might be a catalyst for the stock price to rise. Well, let me just tell you, after I saw this movie, I immediately went and bought the stock. The ticker symbol's WDB. I bought WDB stock as soon as I saw the movie because I said, okay, this tells me that they're doing something different. This tells me that their mindset has shifted. This tells me that they understand the prize they have in Superman. And so what I want to do is show you all what's been going on with the stock. Even before I bought it, it was already starting to move. Since I bought it, I've already made money on this stock. So let me show you all this. And I'm going to keep this short today because we're in Ghana, and literally I've got food coming, and so if I get interrupted by the room service people, it'll be because my stomach is growling and I gotta go eat something. But let's look at the stock here. You see it here. Let me know. Give me a guess if you see it on the screen. Let me know if you guys can see it. Let me know if you can hear me okay. So you look at the last 5 days, the stock has been on a decent move, 6.8% the last 5 days. It's been on a tear the last month, 13.7%. Last 6 months, 24.97%. Year to date, it's up 14%. Over the last year, 64%. Last 5 years, though, look at that. Isn't that crazy? So this is a dead stock for the most part. This was a company that was struggling big time, and they found life. They found life, I think. And I think the Superman movie is a big deal because I think this is going to open that door to their ability to do something a lot of us have always known that they could do, which is to really take that DC cinematic universe and turn that into something equivalent to what Marvel has going on. Marvel was killing it. Marvel started messing up because they started flooding the market with superhero movies that nobody wanted to see. Their plots became convoluted, and it just kind of became just this mashup of all these really extreme complex ideas, and you couldn't keep up with the storyline because everything was connected to everything else. I think DC can learn from Marvel, and I think that they're doing that. I think that I read up on the hiring of James Gunn as the director of the new Superman, and they basically stole him from Marvel. Marvel messed up. It's just like you ain't treating your girl right, and somebody else says, "Hey, you could be my girl, and I'll treat you even better." So basically, they tried to cancel James Gunn because of misinformation on the internet, or not misinformation, but he made a tweet that they didn't like. So Marvel fired him and then rehired him back because his people stood by him. Well, apparently that left a bad taste in James Gunn's mouth. So he finished doing Guardians of the Galaxy, but then he went over to DC. And this really speaks to cancel culture, and you could tell that with Gunn that that experience affected him to the point where he actually put that in the script of the Superman movie. Part what Superman's biggest villain that he couldn't fight was misinformation, people believing things that weren't true, people saying things that weren't very nice, people hating him despite the fact that he was trying to do the right thing. So I just loved it. I love the whole theme. I totally got it. They did some things that us Gen Xers aren't used to. Like the first thing, the way the movie starts off is you start off by seeing Superman get his ass kicked. I didn't grow up watching Superman get his ass kicked. That was kind of weird. And then also they showed him being relatable, emotionally vulnerable. I think they also wanted him to relate to the lower testosterone Gen Z that exists. I don't know if y'all have seen the studies, but literally they say that male testosterone has dropped by like 20% in the last 20 or 30 years. I don't know what's going on. I think it could be the food or something. I don't know, but softness is kind of like the thing for a lot of the younger men, which that ain't the era. I survived the '90s. Okay, so I don't understand all that. But still, though, despite all this, it was a great movie. It was really good. Lex Luthor, best Lex Luthor ever, right up there past Gene Hackman. The Superman was, he was good. It was more so the storyline that made him better. And I'm gonna tell you, the black character, Mr. Fantastic, was amazing as well. And he wasn't just like Superman's little black sidekick that was there for comic relief. You know how they do us in these movies. They always want to make the black man look like the goofball or the comedian or the clown or the coward, right? No, Mr. Fantastic was brave, he was smart, he saved Superman's ass. I said that's how you put a black man in a superhero movie. I actually like that. Again, even though these companies are not owned by black people, these characters are not owned by us. I think that's very important to remember, but there's still better and more appropriate ways to present this. So, here's my conclusion. Here's my thesis. I'm not telling you what to do. I don't give investing advice on this channel ever. However, I can tell you what I just did. I bought shares of Warner Brothers stock. And the reason I bought shares in this company is because I believe that they are trying to do something different. And I respect anybody that's trying to take something that's valuable and turn it into something that's even more valuable. And I think that they're going to be able to extract some value out of this DC cinematic universe. You got some amazing characters in there. You got your Wonder Woman, you got your Superman, you got Batman, you got even the Joker can be brought in. I mean, it's just beautiful what they could do with this, and I like the fact that they got James Gunn and they're giving him the latitude to do what he wants with this. So I see a catalyst here potentially in terms of what Warner Brothers can do. Now, what I'm going to do before we finish up is the ticker symbol, by the way, is WDB. That's the ticker symbol for Warner Brothers, WDB, or is it WBD? It could be Warner. It wasn't WBB. The B is before the D. It's WBD, Warner Brothers Discovery. That's the company. Sorry about that. And also, just a reminder: don't forget the All Black National Convention's coming up soon. This is the largest gathering on earth of intelligent Black people. We're going to meet in Atlanta, August 21st to the 23rd. Serious people who want to do serious things are going to be there. We're going to have executives there, mothers, fathers, construction workers, real estate developers, billionaires, all kinds of amazing people are gathering in Atlanta. So if you want to join us August 21st to the 23rd, just go to allblacknationalconvention.com. That's allblacknationalconvention.com. Also, it's summertime. Summer's not over yet. Get your kids ahead financially. Teach them things they need to know now so they don't suffer later on. A lot of our young people suffer because nobody prepared them on finances. Nobody taught them anything. Nobody positioned them to be successful. So not only should you invest for your kids, but I encourage you to also go and consider taking a look at our financial flashcards for kids. You can go to financialflashcards.com. That's financialflashcards.com. And if you want to get more access to materials that we have for our Black Business School for Children, just text the word youth to the phone number 87948. Somebody type that in the chat. Text youth to 87948. All right, so let's read a little bit more about Warner Brothers Discovery stock. I'm gonna give you the bull case and the bear case. The DC turnaround is the obvious part of the bull case. Superman has made about $250 million so far. 500 million is the magic number where they will feel that it's actually been profitable. I believe they're going to reach that number because I believe people are going to hear how great this movie is. Also, they have a lot of synergy and scale. So Warner Brothers and Discovery being merged is kind of a content powerhouse. They've got HBO, CNN, DC, HGTV, the Food Network, etc., under one roof. They've recently hit profitability with their streaming on Max, which is good. A lot of streamers are burning cash, so the fact that they've been able to be profitable is beautiful. They've got some NBA, NCAA, and other bundles now with Disney and Fox that could also boost their revenues. Streaming services tend to do best when they're doing live sports. Live sports is kind of the holy the grail financially in terms of that sort of expensive content creation. They're also cutting costs and paying down their debt. That their debt has been a big burden for this company. The CEO David Zaslav, he's been aggressive in cutting costs, paying down a lot of the heavy debt, and improving their free cash flow. Free cash flow is critically important for the value of a stock. Now, the one issue I might have with Zaslav though is that he had Ta-Nehisi Coates writing. I think he was writing like a new Superman, Black Panther type of movie, and Zaslav said it was too woke, so he kind of put the project on the back burner from what was reported. I don't like that. That kind of bothers me because I'm cool with Ta-Nehisi. It's a person I never met him, but I like what he does, and so that's my little bone to pick. But if you want to see a company that's actually trying to improve itself, I think Warner Brothers Discovery is in that category. And also, the stock only trades at 7 to 8 times forward earnings, which makes it much cheaper than bigger companies like Netflix and Disney. I used to love Disney. Now I hate it as a stock. The stock has just been garbage. Netflix has been on fire. I own lots of Netflix. That has made me and my family lots of money. And I want your family to have money too. So I'm going to tell you that my family is going to make an investment, a substantial investment in Warner Brothers Discovery, not because we know for sure what's going to happen. You cannot predict the direction of any individual stock. However, there are lots of catalysts that would lead me to not be surprised if this company ends up doing some amazing things. Here's some biggest problems. Number one, they got a shit ton of debt, $42 billion in debt. That's insane. What the hell's wrong with you? Why did you borrow all that money? You spend money like a rapper. Also, there's a lot of cord cutting happening. A lot of traditional cable is being killed. Even though it's a big cash cow, it's declining by 5 to 10% per year. Also, the growth of Max is slowing. So Max has 99 million subscribers compared to Netflix, which has 270 million. So they're not as big as Netflix, but they're moving. They're moving. They're growing. I love it. Also, the DC franchise is still not clear about whether or not they're actually going to execute on the vision, stick with the vision, and make the DC cinematic universe into what a lot of people believe it could be. And also, advertising is about 35% of their revenue. So if there is a recession, which a lot of people believe that a recession is already happening, Kathy Wood believes that we're kind of already in what she calls a rolling recession. I do too. I believe that. If the recession happens, that could reduce their revenue, but I think that could present a buying opportunity if you have a 5 to 10 year horizon. So WBD is the ticker, Warner Brothers Discovery. This is not investing advice. This is just me telling you what I'm going to buy, and I am making a substantial investment for me and my family, and I want you guys to be able to participate if that's of interest to you. A couple other things interesting that are happening in the stock market right now. I don't know if any of you have seen this company Oklo, but I've been talking about Oklo for years because Oklo is in this whole small modular reactors business where they make these tiny little houses that are like these nuclear power plants. It's kind of crazy, and I was talking to you guys about that a long time ago because it's a great stock that is really a double threat. What it does is it's been great anyway for capital gains and great for income generation if you sell stock options. So the current price right now is 61.80. You see the stock has gone up 155% in the last 6 months. It's down a little bit this month, ironically. It's up the last 5 days. It's up 14%. Year to date, it's up 182%. Over the last year, it's up 600%. 600%. Sam Altman from OpenAI owns a substantial portion of this company. This is a company that just had a recent push in terms of price because they finally got some proof of concept behind their small modular reactors, and apparently the U.S. government has taken a big stake in the company. Altman has a deep relationship. Mr. Terrific. Did I say Mr. Fantastic? Thank you, Roy. See, I got it wrong. I was like, is it Mr. Wonderful? And this is the Superman movie, the brother in the Superman. I knew something instinctively told me Boyce, you're wrong. You need to, and I could have looked it up. See, this is the problem. This is why you got to check stuff, right? But at first I was like, "Is this Mr. Wonderful?" I said, "No, that sounds like a wrestler." And then I was like, "No, Mr. Fantastic. That's got to be. Maybe that's it. Fantastic Four." But it was Mr. Terrific, and Roy corrected me, and I want to say thank you. See, this is brothers helping brothers, like sharpening each other's sword, man. So I appreciate you, man, because I totally got that wrong. And my sincere apology to both you and Mr. Terrific. And I'm gonna not forget that now, Mr. T. That's how I'm gonna remember it. All right. So my bad, everybody. But yeah, you gotta check out that super. I mean, I'm telling you, I don't even recommend movies like that. I saw the Superman movie. I said, okay, this is it. They did it. They nailed it. They really nailed it. I wasn't used to seeing Superman get his ass kicked that much. I ain't gonna lie. I'm used to Superman coming in and just doing what he want to do. This movie wasn't like that. This is probably the most vulnerable I've ever seen. And even I'm not comfortable with that, but that's because I grew up as a Gen Xer and we're not good with being vulnerable like that. But anyway, with that being said, that's my trauma speaking. So let's continue. So Oklo has been a great stock because not only are you getting the capital gains, but you're also getting income from this stock. Like if somebody owned 1,000 shares of Oklo, literally right now, you could sell options on this stock and let's say you had 1,000 shares, which would cost about $61,000, which a lot of you may have that in your your 401k accounts and stuff. I'm not telling you to use your 401k money. I'm just saying, or your family gets together and you save that much money. If you had like 1,000 shares of that stock, you could literally sell options on that stock that expired July 25th and literally pull in like $2,000 or $3,000 in income like over a 10-day period by selling the options on the stock and still give yourself like plenty of upside in the long term. So I've been having a ball with that stock. I mean, it's been one of my favorites and I've had a lot of fun with it. And I know a lot of you all own it. And so when I see it go up, it makes me really happy because I know that you're making money. Because that's the goal. I want to see money in your pocket. I don't want you just here to hear me talk. I want you here because you can say, I got more money in my bank account because Dr. Boyce is in my life. And so that makes me feel good. That's my personal goal here. All right. So anyway, I'm going to get out of here, guys. If you like stock option stuff and you want to learn more about it, you can text the word options on your phone to the phone number 87948. So text options to 87948, or you can go to drboyceprime.com. Our Prime program is really popular. A lot of people like it. And some of the Prime members are actually in this room. And you can just shout yourselves out if you like what you're seeing, if you enjoy the experience, let people know. This is I don't talk about stuff that is scammy or hype. I like to talk about stuff that's real. And so real money makes a difference for us. In fact, that's why we're in Ghana now. Some of the students from Prime are in Ghana now, and literally they were able to sell options on their stock to get the money to make this trip. And so we're going to make another trip soon. I'll keep you guys posted on that. And I want to say thank you guys for hanging out with me and listening. And I hope you have a wonderful day. And I'll check back in with you from Ghana, mostly on my Instagram, which is Dr. Boyce Finance, Dr. Boyce Finance. So don't put the word options in the chat here. If you put the word options in the chat, it's not going to work. You got to text it on your phone. So type the number 87948 and then put the word options in the text message. And when you do that, you'll get a message right back from me with information on stock options, stuff like that. All right. So take care, everybody. And happy birthday to Kim Hitchcock. Kim says she had a great birthday yesterday. Well, happy 25th birthday to Kim Hitchcock. You may not really be 25, but in this universe, the Dr. Boyce cinematic universe, Kim Hitchcock's gonna be 25 years old for the next 50 years. So how's that sound? That sound good? How about all of us pick our age now and we just manifest whatever age we want to be? I don't know about y'all, but I'm on the 27th anniversary of my 27th birthday. And it's been great to be 27 years old, but it's kind of freaky to be like you're over halfway to 30, and that just kind of messes with you, man. You're like, oh my God, am I getting old? So anyway, hey, God bless you guys. I'll check in from Ghana and have a good day, everybody. And what's up, Dr. Bob? I see you in there too. Talk to you guys soon. Take care, everybody. Bye bye. Peace.